The history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is marked by a series of wars and conflicts. Here is an overview of some of the significant events. 1. 1947-1949. War of Independence, Nakba. After the United Nations proposed a partition plan to divide British Mandatory Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, violence erupted between Jewish and Arab communities. The conflict resulted in the establishment of the State of Israel and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, which they refer to as the Nakba or catastrophe. 2. 1956, Suez Crisis. Israel, along with the United Kingdom and France, invaded Egypt after Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal. The conflict was resolved through international pressure, and Israel withdrew from Egyptian territory. 3. 1967, Six-Day War. Israel launched a preemptive strike against Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. Within 6 days, Israel captured the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, the West Bank from Jordan, and the Golan Heights from Syria. The war resulted in the Israeli occupation of these territories, which remains a major point of contention today. 4. 1973, Yom Kippur War. Egypt and Syria launched a surprise attack on Israel during the Yom Kippur holiday. After initial Arab successes, Israel counterattacked and pushed back the Arab forces. A ceasefire was eventually reached, but the war marked a turning point in the conflict. 5. 1987-1993, First Intifada. The first widespread Palestinian uprising against Israeli occupation began in the late 1980s. It involved mass protests, civil disobedience, and acts of violence. The Intifada led to negotiations between Israel and the Palestinian Liberation Organization, PLO, ultimately resulting in the Oslo Accords. 6. 2000-2005, Second Intifada. A second wave of Palestinian uprising broke out after frustration grew over the lack of progress in the peace process. It involved suicide bombings, Israeli military operations, and a significant loss of life on both sides. 7. 2006, Lebanon War. Israel launched a military operation against Hezbollah in Lebanon after a cross-border raid. The conflict resulted in significant casualties and damage, but it ended without a clear victory for either side. 8. 2008-2009, Gaza War, Operation Cast Lead. Israel conducted a military offensive against Hamas in the Gaza Strip in response to rocket attacks. The conflict resulted in heavy casualties and damage to infrastructure. 9. 2014, Gaza War, Operation Protective Edge. Another war between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip erupted, resulting in extensive casualties and destruction. These are just a few of the key events in the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The conflict remains unresolved, with periodic flare-ups of violence and ongoing efforts to find a lasting peace agreement. Thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel.